Hi, everyone. I'm Sylvia from Scripture Heritage. Welcome to our lesson today. Today we will be learning about decision making, and at the end of our lesson today, we will be able to make good decisions concerning our lives. We will have healthy lives. We'll have good relationships with other people, our parents, our siblings, and everyone. In the choices we make every day, for example, what to wear, what to eat, who will my friends be, and for those who are in high school and colleges, the courses you're taking that affect your careers in future form part of our decisions and choices that we make on a daily basis. So today we will learn the steps of making good decisions. We will have 6 steps that at the end of the day we will be able to know and to make the right decisions and to choose the right choices for our lives. For the first step, we need to identify the problem. If you're having a problem, pinpoint what your problem is, what is affecting you, and what is making you realize that it is a problem to you. You can make a list and explain each problem, what it entails. Take time to identify each and every problem that you have. And after identifying your problem, we will have to list our options. And when we are listing our options, remember we have consequences for each option that we have, both positive and negative. After we have listed our options for each problem, we will have to now consider the outcomes. If you choose decision A, what are the consequences? What are the positive consequences? Are the consequences long-term or short-term? Will they affect me for the next 1 year, for the next 2 years? Will it affect me for the rest of my life? And a good example of the decisions we make and how they affect us is when we are choosing friends. For example, you're in a new school, you need to make good friends. You need to make friends who will impact you positively. So you really need to know, are these friends going to affect my life? Are they going to affect my life positively or negatively? Sometimes you want to belong in a group, and that really affects the types of friends who we choose and the type of company we keep. We want to be known, we want to be popular, but are your friends really doing the right thing at school, at home, within our communities? Are they being good role models? Will you be proud to say that you are identified with a specific group of people? So we really need to consider all that. After we have considered our consequences and outcomes, what is our religion saying? As we go back to our religion, even as we read the Holy Book, for those who are Christians, as we read our Bibles, as we read our Quran, when we go to school, when we are in the religious education classes, what are we learning about life? We need to seek wisdom from our faiths, what we believe in, even as we are growing as young people, because in the future we will be people who will impact our societies. And this will affect our lives in future as leaders, and even as parents, and also role models. So as we consider what our faith is saying, we also need to seek wisdom and wise counsel from those who are above us and those who have gone before us. We need to know what they think about the decisions we are making. So identify a person who you trust, identify a person who you can open up to, who you are free with. Talk to them, tell them about your problems. Tell them that you have identified, this is my problem. You have identified the consequences. You have also identified the outcomes that you think if you make a certain decision, the outcomes that will happen. And then take time to listen to them because they have gone before us. They have experienced life and they really know what will affect our lives positively and what will benefit us. So after we consider all that, even as we get another person's opinion about our decision making, about what we really need to choose, take time to pray. Seek God, seek God, ask Him how you should go about it. And before you start implementing what you have decided, listen from what God will tell you. Listen from what you will get even after praying. Sometimes we get the answers we want. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes it may take another person to come to us for us to realize that our prayer is being answered. As we, even after praying, now take the next step. Decide and act. After praying, now you have to make that decision. You have to take that choice and run with it. So take time and really think about how it will affect you. I want us to see an example of a person from the Bible. And I will give an example of Joseph. Joseph grew up and was loved by the father, and his siblings did not like it very much. So they sold him, thinking that they have done away with him. But God had a plan for him. Even as he was sold, he went to Potiphar's house. Potiphar's wife really was interested in him. But Joseph decided that he will stand firm with what he believes in, with what his faith tells him. Even as we have looked at the steps of decision making, if you read the story of Joseph, you will realize that he took time and he was able to make the right decision. And his decision had a consequence. The immediate consequence was him going to prison, him having to live like a prisoner, which is not good, which is not interesting. But in the long term consequence, he became a leader, even in a foreign land. He was next to the king. He was trusted by the king. So as we make decisions in life, sometimes our decisions may have a bitter outcome immediately, but in the long run, we will have to benefit. We will enjoy the fruits of our decision making. As young people, even as we are growing in our world today, there are very many things that are changing. Currently, we live in a global village. What is happening in America, we are able to know. What is happening in another country, we are able to know. And this is because of the internet, which has really affected our lives and our living. Sometimes what we see in movies, what we listen to, really affect the way we live as young people. And at times we find that we want to engage in a relationship. You want to have a boyfriend, you want to have a girlfriend, so that you are able to feel as if you are a young person who is normal. But at the end of the day, is it the right thing for you to do at your age where you're seated? Is it really affecting your life positively? Is it adding up to your education? Is it adding up to your values as a young person? Another challenge we find that girls who engage in early sexual activities, they get pregnant early, they drop out of school. It really affects their life in the long run. This is because the decisions they made in the first place, they did not look at the consequences. They did not seek counsel from older people who have gone before them. So after dropping out of school, some of them lose hope in life. They start engaging in drugs. And to sustain a life of drugs, you will have to steal in order to get money, to get the drugs, which really affects you as a young person. It really affects your future. And as you live in this world, you find that you will end up depending on even people who are very old to support you because of the decisions you decided to make in life. So as we conclude today's lesson, I want us to remember a few things that will help you. I want you to remember that in decision making, you have to realize that it is not easy. Sometimes this is because it is affected by the people who are around us. They want to influence our decisions. They want to influence our lives. But at the end of the day, you have to make a decision for yourself. And it is never easy because sometimes you'll have to lose friends. You'll have to live life in a way as if you feel that you have secluded yourself, but it is for a better purpose and for a better future. Choose friends who share your values. If you're a person who believes in working hard in school to get your best grades, for you to go to campus, for you to finish, to get a good job, have friends who have the same values, because they will motivate you, you will motivate each other, even to work hard in school. The next tip is be prepared to say no. Many a times it is very hard to say no because we find ourselves being tempted to take a decision that will benefit you because you have seen that the immediate consequences are good. But at the end of the day, the decisions that you're going to make, are they going to impact positively in your future life? Communicate your decisions clearly. If you have decided to stand firm, if you don't want to have a boyfriend, if you don't want to have a girlfriend, make your decision clear. Do not waver about it because it is your life. Your life really depends on what you decide. And be yourself. Be proud of who you are. You're a unique person created in the image and likeness of your creator. Be proud of who you are because you are a unique person. Even as we conclude finally, I'd like to leave us with a word that says, stand by the roadways and look. Ask about the ancient paths, which is the way to what is good. Then take it and find the rest for yourself and for your life. So as I said earlier, seek counsel from those who have gone before you. They will tell you which is the right road, which is the good path to take. Take it, for you will find rest even in your life. Thank you. Have a nice time. Think about what we have discussed today. Take time, make a decision that will impact your life positively. Until next time, bye.